Experts are calling it the extreme automation of the white-collar environment. New emerging technologies are introducing greater speed into business decision-making and transforming traditional roles within the workplace. So what implications does this have for the CFO? We caught up with Mike Donnellan from HPE to find out.
This is not about job destruction, this is about job creation. We will see over the next few years an explosion in new jobs that will replace the old jobs. We will live through a period of disruption where we make that switch, but for the CFO, today, immediately, the proposition is for him to be able to provide better services, a greater range of services, have greater impact in terms of the performance of the business, providing more security and control with at least half the labour that he's using today and around 75% of the cost that he's incurring today. We're talking about agility and speed here. We're talking about doing fast-paced prototyping to prove out the automation and the digitisation that will remove paper from the ecosystem and then start to look at the repetitive work tasks that can be defined by simple business rules that software agents can undertake. And you're talking about being able to prove that in the client work environment in a matter of weeks, not months or years, as was the past. This is a different age. Let me quote you an example of a chemical manufacturing company manufacturing crop protection. So they've got a bunch of customers in Colombia growing coffee beans that are a high-value commodity traded on the mercantile markets around the world. That company that supplies those chemicals currently sells to those customers through intermediaries, through wholesalers, who are constantly driving down the price through commoditization. So what we've done with that company is to harness the Internet of Things and start to exploit sensors that are on the agricultural vehicles that are deployed in the fields, that are deployed in the atmosphere around weather control, to basically be able to capture the results of crop fertilization using different formulas and combinations dependent upon the growing conditions, and then be able to connect that back to the client's headquarters that's got a service operation that's interpreting the data and then connecting directly to the farmers in Colombia out in the fields, in the crops, to then provide services and advice to help them increase the crop yield by 300%. And what it's allowed the company to do is to create 150 new jobs in its front office that didn't previously exist. And we were able to redeploy the people in the back office in finance into these new front-end, higher value, more rewarding jobs. So the employees win, the customer wins, the markets win. It's a win-win all round. We're seeing an explosion of data. We're seeing an explosion of new innovation, new business models, new services. We're seeing cloud. We're seeing all sorts of breakthroughs for us to live and work in ways that we could never dream of. And my excitement is the enrichment that it's going to give to the way in which we live and work.